This chilling footage was filmed inside a museum located in Nottingham, England, a place already infamous among ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. What you're about to witness didn't shock regular visitors, because this building is known for housing one of the UK's most disturbing collections of haunted artifacts and supernatural relics. Officially, it's called the Museum of Curiosities, though many still whisper its former name, the Haunted Museum. At exactly 6:18 in the morning, one of the security cameras recorded an event that continues to spark debate among investigators. Watch carefully. A human bone, believed to be more than 400 years old, suddenly shatters on its own, without anyone near it. With the sinister history surrounding this museum, it's hard to chalk that up to coincidence. This isn't just a room full of antiques. It's a vault of cursed dolls, Ouija boards, and ritual objects connected to witchcraft and dark occult practices. Visitors have reported icy chills, faint whispers when alone, and even the sensation of being touched by invisible hands. Staff members themselves have experienced lights flickering, objects moving on their own, and guests collapsing from what they describe as overwhelming, demonic energy. So when a video like this emerges, one has to wonder, was it simply time claiming an ancient artifact, or did something supernatural make its presence known? In a museum filled with haunted items, dismissing the possibility of paranormal activity isn't so easy. What do you believe? Fragile history? Or something far more sinister? In this unsettling video, a mother named Aliyah begins recording her young daughter, who has just woken up from a terrifying night terror. Aliyah explains that her daughter has been suffering from intense night terrors for several weeks, a phase her doctor assured her was typical for children her age. But one night, the crying was worse than ever. Her daughter bolted into her room, trembling and hysterical, claiming to have seen something in her own bedroom. Concerned and desperate for proof, Aliyah grabbed her phone to record the moment for her child's doctor. But as she began filming, something completely unexplainable occurred.
Scared? Are we scared, baby? Come on here, pickle. Come here, pickle. Come on, pickle. It's okay. There's the vent right there, baby. See? The vent pushes the door. You're fine, okay? Are you a big girl? You're scared, just remember. Baby Lenny's here, Mommy's here. We're all gonna be together in the same house. It's gonna be okay. Let's go to bed. What's wrong, Cora? Sweetie, what are you afraid of? You're scaring me, honey. I don't see anything.
Her daughter keeps staring toward the shutters, frozen in fear. When Aliyah turns her camera in that direction, the blinds suddenly close all at once. No breeze, no movement, no explanation. Every single panel slams shut simultaneously, and if you listen closely to the audio, you can hear a sharp, forceful sound, like someone or something violently pushing them. Panicked, Aaliyah scoops up her daughter and rushes out of the room, spending the rest of the night in her own bed. The next day, she records another video showing how heavy those shutters actually are, how impossible it would be for all of them to close together, unless several rods were moved at the same exact time.
Her blinds do not have any remote or electronics. We just opened them back up so I could show you. You have to be physically standing by the blinds in order to close them like this. There is no wires or anything like that. There's no way this could be battery powered or anything. They just close on their own. And also, all 4 of them close at the exact same time. There's no way that's possible because you have to touch it and close it like that. That's not creepy.
While she's explaining this on camera, something eerie happens again. The door behind her begins to move on its own. It happens right as she's describing how the shutters function. A chilling coincidence given what unfolded just hours before. But that's not even the most disturbing part. Moments later, she points out something that makes last night's haunting even harder to rationalize.
So the AC was not on when the door closed. It's very loud. And you can hear it coming from the vent. The air vent could not have pushed this door closed in that other video because the air was not on, the AC was not on.
Even with the air conditioning on, the door doesn't move. She demonstrates this clearly on video, proving that airflow couldn't have been the reason.
There's the vent right there, baby. See the vent?
Then she reveals the most unsettling discovery of all. The air conditioning unit wasn't even turned on during the incident. You can hear the difference between both clips, confirming her fear that no mechanical source caused the movement.
It's okay.
So, if it wasn't the AC, what exactly pushed the door? Like the shutters, the event defies all logic. Though terrified, Aaliyah admits she's somewhat relieved, believing her daughter's night terrors may have been triggered by something supernatural. Perhaps a restless spirit or unseen force within that room. For now, she's keeping her daughter far away from it until she figures out what's really going on. Until then, this video remains an unsolved mystery. As always, what do you think? Was this a haunting or something even darker? On September 19th, 2025, a girl named Sophie was filming herself outside her home, which sits near a quiet patch of forest. It was early evening, and she was casually kicking a football around, using her phone's flashlight to capture the moment. But as she chased the ball farther into the dark woods, the tone of the video shifted from playful to unsettling. What started as innocent fun would soon turn into one of the most chilling encounters ever caught on camera. Watch closely.
Ew, it smells weird in my mouth. Oh, that just went. Hello? Hell no. I'm out. I'm done. That's it.
While searching for the ball, Sophie suddenly pauses. A faint voice can be heard whispering her name from somewhere deep within the shadows. As she turns to look around, she doesn't notice it, but the camera briefly catches a dark silhouette shifting between the trees before vanishing again. Then, when Sophie turns her back, the whisper grows louder, this time right behind her, mimicking her own voice. The air seems to thicken, the flashlight flickers, and the dread in her breathing becomes impossible to ignore. Panicked, Sophie bolts back toward the house, leaving the ball behind in the darkness. The clip is grainy, but she later claimed that whatever was calling her didn't just sound like a voice. It sounded exactly like her. Many viewers now believe she encountered something far beyond human. Possibly a supernatural mimic or demonic entity trying to lure her deeper into the forest. But as always, I'll let you decide. What do you think was hiding among those trees? In this next chilling clip, a group of roommates began noticing something deeply unsettling. Their furniture kept shifting around during the night. Each time, the movements grew more intense, making it clear this wasn't the work of any intruder. Determined to uncover the truth, they installed multiple cameras throughout the house, hoping that the next time the strange activity struck, they'd finally capture the source of the haunting on film. Take a look. If you watch carefully, a shadowy figure seems to glide through the hallway. Moments later, a door creaks open by itself, followed by a faint, pale mist drifting into view, something that looks far too real to dismiss as dust or glare. Then, without warning, another door to the left swings open, as if the same ghostly presence had crossed the room in seconds. Seconds later, a chair drags backward on its own, screeching across the floor. Whatever spirit was lurking inside that home wasn't at rest, and this was only the beginning of their paranormal nightmare. Now imagine being one of those roommates, coming home, pressing play, and watching your empty house come alive on screen. Realizing that all this movement happened when no one was inside, it becomes horrifyingly clear that something supernatural wants to make its presence known. The haunting feels deliberate, almost intelligent, as if this ghost wanted to remind them they were never truly alone. And that is exactly what makes this footage so bone-chilling to watch. Late one night, a woman named Tara was lying in bed when she suddenly heard an odd noise coming from her bathroom. At first, she thought it was just the wind or maybe the pipes creaking. But curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to investigate. What her camera ended up recording that night was far more disturbing than she ever expected.
I don't remember opening that. Okay. Oh shit. Is that? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Why? That's on the outside. What honestly is that? What honestly is that? I can use my... What the is... It's on the outside. It's on the outside. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
As she entered the bathroom, the blinds began to sway on their own, shifting in a strange, unnatural rhythm. When Tara lifted them, she found no breeze, no open window, nothing that could have caused the movement. Then she spotted it, a single clear handprint smeared across the outside of the glass. The realization sent chills down her spine, especially since the window was on the second floor, far too high for anyone to reach without a ladder. Even creepier, viewers later noticed something she hadn't. A dark, shadowy figure standing behind her, near the bathroom door. But when she turned around moments later, the space was completely empty. No intruder, no explanation. Just silence. So what was trying to get inside Tara's home that night? A restless spirit? A demonic presence? Or something even darker? You decide. A woman named Jen recently uploaded a chilling video to TikTok that left her, and thousands of viewers, utterly puzzled. Just after midnight, her teenage daughter was saying goodbye to a friend before heading back inside. But only moments after her friend disappeared from view, the home's Ring camera recorded something far more unsettling than a simple farewell.
So this is a video of my daughter's friend, and she's leaving. It was about midnight, and she's going. We checked the Ring camera because we were like, what the heck? It's midnight. And then we seen this, which is coming from the right side of the screen. And we were like, what the was that? So then you can see her. She's getting in her car. She did not see anything. What the was that?
As her daughter stepped out of the frame, the security footage captured a ghostly movement that no one could explain. From the shadowy line of trees, a glowing white chain seemed to float into view, twisting through the darkness before vanishing into thin air. Jen swore it wasn't a person, an animal, or even an insect. Nothing natural she could recognize. Now she's torn between believing it was a Ring camera malfunction or the chilling possibility of genuine paranormal activity. The kind of supernatural presence that makes you wish you had holy water nearby. This chilling clip was recorded by a self-proclaimed ghost enthusiast who swears the spirit haunting her home actually listens to her commands. Take a look.
So guys, my door. There's a ghost in my room and it closes my door. It's gonna be a while, but you're gonna see it. Come on, close it. You're almost there. Close my door. Close it. No, I don't want you to open it. Close it. Just close it already. Do it. Come on. I do not have all day. Close it so I can go to sleep. Thank you, I guess.
While many viewers dismissed it as pure coincidence, she's convinced it's something far more supernatural. According to her, there are times when she asks the ghost to stop slamming doors or to switch the lights off again, and to her shock, it obeys. It's as if the paranormal activity mirrors her emotions, quiet when she's calm, chaotic when she's distressed, as though the spirit feeds off her energy and reacts in real time. But isn't that why the words ghost and haunting are so inseparable? A haunting always carries a sense of unease, the feeling of something unseen refusing to leave. Still, not every spirit encounter is said to be evil. Some believe lingering souls remain out of deep attachment to a person, a memory, or a familiar place. Haunting not to harm, but to exist alongside the living. Others warn that what begins as a friendly haunting can twist into something demonic, pretending to be harmless before revealing its true, darker intent. So the real question is, if a ghost listened to you, would you dare let it stay? Or would you run before it decides to stop listening? Tom recently visited St. Augustine, one of America's oldest cities, infamous for its haunted past and restless spirits. While exploring, he joined a local ghost investigation tour, hoping for a harmless thrill. But to his surprise, he was the only guest that night, accompanied only by the guide and the shadows within an old colonial jail. Inside one of the dimly lit rooms where they paused to rest, something happened that still makes Tom's blood run cold.
Can that happen?
On camera, the flashlight sitting on the table suddenly flickered to life, then rolled off on its own, as though an unseen hand had given it a gentle push. That night, Tom barely slept. No matter where he placed the flashlight, in his bag, a drawer, or on the windowsill, he always woke to find it back on the floor. But that was only the beginning. As the clock neared 3 a.m., he heard faint whispers growing louder, echoing through the room like distant voices from another realm. A steady tapping followed, soft, deliberate, like fingernails brushing the metal frame of his bed, continuing until dawn. Even stranger, his phone's voice recorder turned on by itself. When he played it back, there were no words, just eerie, chanting in a language he couldn't identify. After that night, Tom became certain the building was haunted by more than one spirit, and after that chilling encounter, he's vowed never to take a solo ghost tour again. The next piece of footage was recorded inside a quiet kitchen, but what it captured would leave the homeowner more disturbed than ever before. What started as a calm evening quickly turned into a moment straight out of a haunting. In the video, a cupboard door slowly creaks open on its own, the eerie silence amplifying every inch of the movement. No breeze, no sound, just the hollow echo of a house that suddenly feels alive. The person filming doesn't speak, frozen in silent fear, watching as if expecting the ghostly presence to reveal itself next. Luckily, nothing more happened that night, but this wasn't their first brush with the supernatural. After enduring repeated paranormal activity, they confessed they're seriously thinking about moving out for good. Because sometimes the fear of what you can't see, the unseen, the demonic, the unexplained, is reason enough to abandon even the safest-looking home. This eerie footage was captured by a man named Jay while visiting a cemetery with his cousins. What was meant to be a harmless night of exploration quickly turned into something far more chilling. Watch closely.
Imagine somebody just walks in.
It's church time. Come inside.
What, you scared me?
Come on, let's go, guys. Oh, I thought that was a flower.
Where?
Are you recording?
Yes.
But no, you heard that, right?
Jay later reviewed the recording and swore he could hear a voice that didn't belong to any of them, a soft, melodic sound, almost like someone singing faintly in the distance. Moments later came the unmistakable squeak of a chair dragging across the ground. That's when they realized this wasn't their imagination. The atmosphere shifted, heavy and cold, as if the graveyard itself had awakened. But really, what else can you expect in a place surrounded by the dead? Local legend claims that years ago, a cemetery caretaker was found lifeless in his small office, slumped over his chair, the same one some say still creaks after midnight. Others speak of a ghostly woman wandering between the headstones, softly humming lullabies as she searches for the grave of her lost child. Visitors have even reported hearing their own names whispered in familiar voices, only to turn and find no one there. With so many haunting stories tied to this cursed ground, Jay can't help but wonder, did they capture genuine paranormal activity, or was it all just coincidence? What do you believe? Tiffany had always been the friend obsessed with haunted tales, the one who could recite every ghost legend and paranormal mystery by heart. Her friends often teased that she was a walking encyclopedia of the supernatural. Yet despite her lifelong fascination with haunted encounters and eerie folklore, she had never faced anything truly unexplained herself. That changed one quiet afternoon while she was cleaning her house completely alone, when something terrifying occurred.
All right, I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I am cleaning. Ignore this, my Band-Aid wouldn't stay on, so I taped it. But in the middle of cleaning, I hear like a door shut, and I'm whispering because I'm kind of weirded out. Louis in the living room by himself, but I hear this door slam, and then I swear I thought I heard like me say like hello or hey or something. So I'm trying to wait and see if it does it again because I'm a nervous laugher, so. Did you hear that? My word is blowing through my chest. Oh my God, who is that?
If you listen carefully, you can hear a faint voice whisper the word hello. What makes this moment deeply disturbing is that the voice sounds exactly like Tiffany's own, and anyone familiar with the paranormal knows what that means. Many investigators believe this type of phenomenon is caused by a mimic spirit, a dark, supernatural entity known to imitate the living to instill fear or gain influence over them. Some even claim it's a warning sign that the entity is trying to attach itself to its victim. With Tiffany's deep knowledge of ghostly hauntings and demonic manifestations, she isn't taking any risks. She's already arranging for a complete spiritual cleansing of her home. This chilling footage was posted by TikTok user Melody, a young woman trapped in a real-life haunting that sounds straight out of a horror movie. For weeks, her bedroom door had been opening on its own in the middle of the night. No matter how many times she locked or secured it, she'd wake to find it wide open. Like something unseen had entered her room while she slept. Determined to prove she wasn't imagining it, Melody decided to capture the paranormal activity once and for all. But she didn't settle for just one camera. She installed two, one filming from inside her bedroom and another placed in the hallway directly behind the door. That way, no one could claim a trick or intruder was involved. What her dual camera setup recorded would confirm every horrifying suspicion she had about the supernatural presence in her home.
I close my door because safety, and I fall asleep, I wake up, it's open. Sometimes when I'm in my room doing stuff, it opens. People are like, record on both sides. Someone's opening the door. I'm going to record on both sides. Oh shoot, let me start recording. On this phone, I will be recording from the inside. I'm gonna walk out, right? And then Okay, it's recording. Okay. We're gonna walk on out here. That's the TV. If you hear a TV, that's the TV downstairs. Oh. She's closed. Watch it not open. Why am I whispering? I'll fast forward this so you guys don't have to. Did you see someone? I don't know. Well,
There's absolutely no one on the other side of that door. The hallway footage makes that crystal clear. Yet the handle still turns, the door creaks open, and something invisible claims the space as its own. What makes it even more disturbing is how casual it all looks, as if the entity has done this countless times before. This isn't a violent poltergeist throwing furniture or slamming walls. It's worse. It's calm, calculated, almost confident, opening her door whenever it pleases. And that quiet control is what makes the haunting truly terrifying. Because whatever's inside that house doesn't just visit. It acts like it belongs there. More than Melody ever did.
I'm gonna walk out, right? And then